Everyone, and let's check out how to make a leaf. And that's pretty easy. That's actually really easy. What's needs to be understood is that the hard part is to really, when you put them, oriented them properly, so when the player goes through, he sees them well and looks good instead of seeing the trick. We can't afford leaves, really, real leaves. It's just too demanding on the amount of polygon faces. So what we do is we do a trickery using what's called an alpha channel. The alpha channel is basically a transparency channel, whereas black is transparent and white is opaque. It doesn't get deeper than that. So what we do is that we make a plane right here, for example. And on that plane, we're going to apply the color map and another map called the alpha channel. So let's look at how we make the alpha channel. Alright, so there's the leaf that is already been detoured. Detouring object properly is a good idea. But you don't really need to, that one was a PNG that basically has an alpha channel already. Basically, transparency is an alpha channel. The problem is the alpha is with the PNG, and Maya will see anything black and white using a PNG as an alpha channel. So if you have black in your mesh, in your texture, then it'll disappear too. So I don't use PNG. I'd rather do an extra channel. So how do we do an extra channel? It's very simple. That would be your color map. And then right here, you make a new layer. You go back to your color map and you do a little selection. Make sure everything is selected. Actually, what you can do is better. You go on your layer right here and click on CTRL on your keyboard, and at the same time click with your mouse, and it will select just the mesh. It's a little shortcut. It's faster when you already have transparency. So now that you have it like that, go to the new layer you created and simply get a white and paint it. So make the brush big. Alright, and just paint that white completely. Right here. Okay, make sure everything is white, it's nice and clean. Now do a select inverse and select a black, complete black, 0, 0, 0, and fill it up on the outside like that. And obviously we have to gonna do the inside. So let's do that too. Let's do a little selection right here and fill it up with that. Hold on a second here. Oh, hold on. There you go. So now that it's filled like that, you basically are gonna save that as a PNG because it's small, it doesn't really need much definition, and you call it alpha. Alright, and we save that. We say okay. Now we go back to Maya, and in Maya, that plane that we just made, we are going to click on the side to get to the channel box, select its input as usual, and we're going to add some definition. Yeah, we can add one like that. We can add, oops, sorry, right here, let me select that. And put maybe 3 at the most. And that's a lot. I'm putting a little bit more than I should, but for the demo, that will work out better maybe. Actually, let's do 4, not 1. Oops, not 34, just 4. Alright. As you can hear, my nose is a little stuck. Allergies are pretty high in Arizona right now. Sorry. Now, we got that like that. What we're going to do is basically project it first. So we're projecting from the Y, so we create a UV map. Actually, we can actually put the texture first. So we right click and we're going to go material attribute, create one, assign new one, take a Lambert on that one, So go to Lambert, in the color map, click on the option, put the file, go to your color map. So let me see. Let me see that. There you go. Open the color map right here. And then go back to your, click on 6 to see how it looks like. Not very good. We obviously took the wrong sizing for it. So let me resize it and inverse that. I'll do 9 on that one and 20 right here. Much better. Then we just have to actually project it. It's already using a JPEG, so it's already transparent. So that's the reason why you're seeing it already transparent. But let me just do something to actually change that, because you have to be very careful with that. As I said, if it's a TIFF, so it's okay, but TIFF are pretty heavy, and if you use a ping, that's not gonna work out. So let me do that as a JPEG and replace that right here. So I'm going to go back to the material attribute so you understand fully the trickery. So you see, it's already taking the transparency on it. Let's see. That's the JPEG. Hey, so you most likely will be like that. Alright. So let's project it first on Y and apply. Bing. Looks good. Now you want the transparency, so let's go to, but first, before that, let's shape it more into something that would be more of a leaf. But I've got too many of those edges. I can get rid of that one and that one probably. So let me just go to the mesh, show you a little tool, go edge, delete edge, so I'm like that. That would be better like that. So I go to my vertices, bring them down a little bit, maybe up like that, maybe those one also a little bit right here, maybe grab these and bring them down. Alright, that might work out. Bring these maybe a little up to recreate kind of a hat type of shape. Now we need to deal with the transparency. So we select our object, we go back to its material attribute, so we can go to material attribute right here, and in the transparency right here, this is where we're gonna put that alpha channel. So we're gonna click right here and we're gonna go alpha, we're gonna click open right here. Alright, and don't worry, it shows right now the alpha only. Go back to the material attribute, and in the hardware texturing, see right here, you're gonna change that for combined texture. Hold on a second here. See, that messed up my actual. See, it put the alpha in it too, because of what happened before. That's the reason. That file. There you go. So let me do that. That file that I had right here is actually messing up the previous one, is messing up what I'm doing now. So let me show you a little trickery in that case if that happened. You go to UV texture to the shader, basically in rendering, hyper shade. And the shader, you select your shader right here. Click on the double arrows right there. Alright, and you're gonna simply take all those files out. So it becomes gray again. And then after that, see, you can see the shape. You're going back to redoing your shader in Reality. And then you can select the JPEG. It's because the TIFF messed him up. And then we go back right here. We go back to the material attribute. And we are going to put another file in it. And we're going to put the actual alpha now. Right there. See, it looks really good. If you don't see it together, it might be because your renderer is not set up properly here, so change them up, or maybe because in your hardware texturing right here in its option, in the options right here in the attribute editor, you are set up to texture channel color only, and sometimes it does that. Change it to combine texture, make sure you're the highest possible, Alright, and you are ready to go. This is how you actually create a leaf. You can see it looks pretty cool, and I'm sure you've seen it a lot in first-person shooters when you go through the forest. That's so they make it basically. Now, if you look at it right there, you will see that in your UV texture editor, it is set up in 0 to 1 right here. So you're good to go. Alright, make sure that texture is a power of 2, obviously. That's very important. Mine was a power of 2, so make sure your texture is a power of 2. That's it for the texturing and modeling of the leaf. And then you obviously stick them up after that in your tree trunk.